This is a quick summary of the company report presented at the Uni Africa Shoprite Alliance in 2023. In recent developments, we can see that Shoprite remains very profitable despite being hit very hard by load shedding. The company has launched a clothing chain called Unique. The company has also launched a BEE employee scheme. Checkers 6060 continues to dominate the market, and the Shoprite Group has announced an on-demand joint venture with RTT Group. Shoprite keeps growing its market share, and 6060 now has over 1.5 million app downloads. Shoprite is opening dark stores to keep up with this demand. We have to think about what these workers will look like. Shoprite has recently launched its new digital unit called Shoprite X. In terms of operations, Shoprite operates 2,476 corporate stores in 11 countries. 80% of sales and 91% of profits come from South Africa. Shoprite is the largest South African retailer by market capitalization, sales, profit, number of employees, and customers. Beyond these borders, they operate in 9 African countries at the moment, with over 2,600 corporate stores as of 2023 and over 500 franchise outlets. The company, in its latest report, reported to employ 152,000 employees. The company operates several brands, including Shoprite, Usave, Checkers, Liquor Shop, OK Furniture, and a whole bunch of different brand names that are continually growing. Notably, the company opened 22 pet shop stores in the last year and a half. In terms of customer-facing brands, we can see a whole lot of growth over the course of the last year, most notably 34 liquor stores and 21 pet stores, with 76 new stores in total. Across Africa, Shoprite focuses mainly on the OK Furniture brand, the Shoprite brand, and the Usave brand. Supermarkets RSA segment represents 80% of group sales and 91.2% of the group trading profit. Shoprite and Usave grew sales by over 7%, while Checkers and Checkers Hyper demonstrate exponential market share gains of more affluent customers, evidenced by market-leading sales growth of over 9%. The strategy of closing stores across Africa seems to be nearing completion. The company has improved performance with sales growth of over 10% and trading profit growth of 43%. The finalization of the sale of assets in Uganda and sale of equity in Madagascar will be completed during the financial year. In terms of revenue and profit, we can see that Shoprite's revenue increased by over 7.5% in the last year and continues to be the biggest retailer when compared with Pick n Pay, Spar, and Woolworths, being the top line on this graph. In terms of change, Shoprite and Woolworths both seem to have increased their revenue by over 7% in the last year, with Spar and Pick n Pay lagging slightly behind at around 5%. When looking at profit before tax, we can see a dip in Shoprite's profit in 2020, with a sharp rise from 2020 back to 2022. Profit before tax in the last financial year increased by 19.1% to 8.2 billion South African rand. When compared to its competitors Pick n Pay, Spar, and Woolworths, Shoprite remains the biggest company by profit before tax. Notably, as mentioned before, supermarkets in South Africa bring in the biggest source of revenue for the company at 80%, with the supermarkets not in South Africa bringing in 9%, furniture 4%, and other 7%. In terms of trading profit, the supermarkets in South Africa bring in most of profit, with the supermarkets non-RSA bringing in about 4% of profit. However, non-RSA supermarkets' trading profit increased by 43% in the last year. The company has seen a notable decline in profit in the furniture segment. In terms of the executive directors, this is the CEO, Peter Engelbrecht. He took over from Whitey Bizon in 2017. His total remuneration went up by 58.65% from 2021 to 2022. Most notably, this includes a 30 million rand LTI payment and a 16 million rand cash bonus. The three executive directors have an average remuneration of 21.8 million, which is up by 14% since last year. The average executive wage gap is 521 to 1. An examination of total guaranteed package paid across the JSE shows that the median salary for chief executives is over 5.7 million. After tax, that's 136 times more than the lowest paid employees on the national minimum wage, and that's before taking into account bonuses and share options. Even on a generous understanding of hours work, with an entry-level worker working 45 hours a week and a CEO working 80 hours a week, a retail CEO still earns 407 times per hour more than an entry-level worker. It would take this worker 723 years of working full-time to earn what the average CEO earns in 1 year. In South Africa, the average CEO gets a total guaranteed package of 5.7 million. But these CEOs also typically earn incentives and bonuses. Research by the Labour Research Service in 2021 found the lowest wages to be in the wholesale and retail trade, with minimum wage of 4,257 rand a month. According to our sample of retail companies, retail CEOs earn on average over 3 million a month, or 37 million a year in 2021. This is 700 times what a low-level worker earns. The group currently has 13 non-executive directors, which is up from only 7 non-executive directors in the previous year. On average, the salary for these, or remuneration for these executives, went up by 56%. In terms of workers, Shoprite includes full-time, part-time, permanent, and fixed contract workers. According to them, they increased the number of employees from 2021 to 2022 by 2,993. They have 145,000 permanent and contract workers, though they do not differentiate between these workers. Most employees are based in South Africa, and the largest union representation is with SACCAWU. Shoprite is the only South African retailer that is a signatory with UNI. In conclusion, it is important to note one of Shoprite's biggest strategies in the following years is data, data, data. Also, the way that the workforce is put together with a lot more part-time workers is going to play an increasingly important role in our bargaining. Checkers 60/60 and a broadening service offering means new jobs, new workers, and new members. The company has had good results in a very difficult period. Think about some of these questions as you go forward, and feel free to contact the Labour Research Service should you require more information.